Good afternoon. Getting a real late start today. I was pretty tired from the work week, so I slept in and relaxed for a little bit. So it's about 1:30 and I'm just getting started on the trail doing Piedra Lisa North today. Looking like it's going to be about 8 miles round trip and about 2,500 feet elevation gain. Clouds are building up a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be too much of a problem. Got my rain gear just in case. We'll see how it goes. We'll say the road coming in is rough. Truck, SUV, not gonna have any issue. I'm not gonna say it's not passable for cars. I just would not recommend it. And one of the first things I noticed about this trail is you descend steeply from the start, which means it's gonna suck coming back up at the very end when you're tired. But so far, got some pretty good views already, and we'll see how this trail goes. I've never done this one before. Actually, it looks like I'm making a left turn here. I'm gonna check my GPS real quick. I just came from up here, so I think we're going this way. So that left turn was where we're going. It's already looking pretty nice though. I'm guessing by the name Piedra Lisa, which for those of you that don't speak Spanish means slick rock. There's 3 Piedra Lisas in Albuquerque. There's Piedra Lisa North, which is what I'm on. Piedra Lisa South, which is actually what my first YouTube video was, the waterfall off that. And then there's Piedra Lisa Canyon. I've done South and I've done the canyon, but this is my first time on the North one. Because of the name and because of those other 2 hikes, I'm guessing I'm gonna have some scrambling on some pretty slick rock. I mean, we'll see what comes up. Oh yeah, I can already see some of that rock right there through that gap. So we'll see. Might be a kind of fun day. Get to do some scrambling. Here we go. Heading up. The one thing I can already tell about this trail is I do not want to be in here if it starts to rain. So I'm really gonna have to keep my eye on the weather because there are some darker clouds overhead, and back here there's some big thunderheads building up. So I'm gonna be watching the weather closely today. Hopefully none of it moves in, but I mean, you can imagine trying to climb down this slick rock while there's water running. It's not something I'm gonna wanna do, so weather's gonna be a big thing today. Made it through that initial scramble. Wasn't too bad, it was a little fun. Rock wasn't too slick. I looked at my GPS after I got up to the top of it though, and apparently there's a trail that skirts around it to the left, so you can kind of go either way. If you like playing in the rocks, go up the rocks. If you don't, climb around to the left. Starting to climb up a little bit. We'll see what else this trail brings. Have started climbing pretty steeply. It's a little warm and still today, so I'm definitely sweating already. But I'm all for getting the elevation out of the way early. So let's get up it. That climb is no joke. I'm a little winded. Whew. We'll see where it goes. About 1 3/4 miles in, starting to get into some pine trees. Yeah, the elevation right away is significant, but there have been some good views so far, and we'll see what's up ahead. I'm about halfway, almost halfway to the end of the trail, so making good time. There's some views back down towards the West Mesa. And some awesome views of our spectacular Sandias. It's been exactly an hour since I started. I've done about 2 miles, but I think I'm gonna take a little bit of a break now because I have been pushing pretty hard just to make good time. Don't want to get caught in these storms like I was saying earlier, so I'll take a couple minutes, have a little snack, and then we'll get back to it. Just started moving again. I'm gonna keep going. I really don't like the way the weather's starting to look around me. So sometimes I'm gonna be watching really close, and may have to turn back. It doesn't look too bad what's coming at me over the top of the mountain, but I just really don't like the look of the storm that's coming in from the north here. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna keep my eye on it. But for now, we're gonna keep going. One thing that has really caught my eye about this trail as I'm coming in is there are a lot of these downhill stretches. So if I do have to get out in a hurry, it means that I still do have multiple climbs to do to get out. I mean, overall I've done about 1,000 feet of elevation so far. And I'm not sure if that's net or total elevation, but I just know that if I do have to turn around and hurry out, I am not done with the work. It's not all downhill from there. So that's something you definitely want to pay attention to whenever you're doing your hikes. Another blue spruce standing out like a sore thumb. And we're descending again. Yippee! That is a pretty epic view though. And we are climbing pretty steeply again. It has definitely been a challenge. I knew I was going to be looking at 2,500 feet of elevation in 4 miles, but yeah, it has definitely worked out. It's starting to open up a little bit. That's kind of an unnatural cactus formation. Just weird to see the lines so straight there. That's interesting to see just on the side of the trail. Normally you see them on the top of peaks, but not just randomly on the side of the trail. And descending again. This trail seeming like it might be just as hard on the way out as it is on the way in. I do have a pretty steep climb ahead of me looking at my elevation map, so imagine once I get down to the bottom here, it's going to be all climbing to the end. But man, this hike out is going to be, it's going to be something. Interesting. All right, let's get this final climb out of the way and get turned around. Hi, Melanie. Just making my way up the last little bit here. I don't know if you can see it, but down here is the South Piedra Lisa Trail. At the crest right there with the towers, the prow, and North Sandia Peak back there. Down to Placitas over there, and Bernalillo. And then good old Albuquerque. Man, I am sweaty. That was kind of tough. So I'm gonna take a little break up here, enjoy these views, and then start heading back down. It doesn't look like any weather's threatening right away, but I can just see the humidity in the air, and that means that storms could be popping off later, so we'll see. So it appears I misspoke a little bit. Looking at all trails, it looks like that's the prow right there. And North Sandia Peak's there. And then you have the crest right over there. A little bit of a drop off there. All right, I'm about ready to head back down. Have to make it down all these rocks here first, but got my trekking poles out. It's gonna help on this steep descent, and we'll see how much time it takes us to get down. This really is an awesome view though. A little hazy out today. So here's where the trail meets up with Piedra Lisa South, I believe. We're going down here, and up there's where I just came from. Oh, there's no shortage of incredible views up here. I do love these mountains. Looks like we got some quartz here on the trail. Looks like somebody shattered it, but that's kind of cool. Looks like this is actually the source of it. Alright, just checked my GPS. It's been about an hour since I started descending, and I'm a little bit over halfway down. Shouldn't be too bad. I mean, I'm making pretty good time. Guessing I should be back in about 45 minutes. Depends on how hard that climb getting back out of the initial canyon is. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not looking forward to that one. That's gonna burn my legs up. I'm just gonna say, if you've got bad knees or weak quads, this is not the trail for you. Man, my legs are burning, my knees sore, and I've got no issues with my knees. But it has just been steep, non-stop, coming down these long slopes. So it is not easy. All right, looks like I've kind of made it back to that initial granite wash that I climbed up. I'm gonna take the little bypass trail around the side this time, see where that leads. That'll probably be a little bit easier on my legs. But I still have one more long climb out of the bottom of this canyon, so we'll see how that one goes. Alright, here we go. Time to head uphill. At least I got a pretty good view to look at initially. Let's get this finished. I made it. Whew. God, that one's done. I am starving. All right, I'm looking at my totals for this hike. About 4 hours, 45 minutes, 8.9 miles. Onyx is telling me 2,400 feet of elevation gain. All Trails is telling me 2,900. So probably somewhere in between there, I'm guessing. I have no idea which one to really believe. But it was an awesome hike. Just sitting here enjoying the view one last time. And then I'm gonna make it back down this road. I am just craving some tacos like crazy, so I'm gonna go get me some tacos.